Hello, my name is Duncan. I'm a co-founder at a company called MemberStack, and I just love Webflow and getting to build fun random things. So I figured I'd make a video explaining this little project I built. The goal was, well, I had thought about buying an actual time timer, which are these really cool visual clocks. They're great for group settings. Great for just quickly keeping track of time, and at a glance you can get a feel for how much time you have left. And I couldn't find any good virtual ones. There are some on YouTube which are fine, but I thought it'd be really fun to make one in Webflow. So this is the result. It is a working time timer. You can click to change the time, and then when it reaches the end, it will actually start to play some audio. Okay. So that plays for a minute and a half or something. Just makes for a really nice transition to come back out and be like, all right, let's do another 20 minutes. And then it starts to count down. That is kind of how this works and why I built it. Now, behind the scenes, there are Webflow interactions, there's a Lottie file, and there's some custom code. The first thing I had to figure out was how to make a circle, make all these tallies appear in a circle. And I was thinking I could, just open up Figma and create a graphic, but I wanted to try to do it in Webflow. So what I ended up doing is each of these degree elements are actually a large circle, which is being rotated 5 or 30 degrees, or the small ticks are being rotated, I think, 5 degrees. So each of these ticks, you can imagine, is actually at the very top center of a circle, which is being slightly rotated. I'm then dropping each little rotated circle I'm nesting it inside of another circle. So it is being rotated 5 degrees on top of, or inside of, a circle which is already being rotated 5 degrees. So we get 10 degrees, and so on and so on. So it's inheriting some of the rotation from the parent elements, and then it's applying a little more. So we have these small degrees, which are grouped inside of these big degrees, which are being rotated 30 degrees at a time. And that gets us the 0, 55, 50, 45, all that good stuff. So now we have these numbers, which are just text elements, which now that I'm doing this, I should go ahead and add a pointer. There we go. So now they look and feel more like links because they have a hover. And when you click on it, it is triggering a Webflow interaction. There are Webflow interactions for each of these. They were really easy to make. It's literally just taking half a second to move the timer into position, and then it's taking the number of seconds required to get to 0. And now is a good time to talk about this center, because this is actually a Lottie. If you're unfamiliar with them, just looking at this page, you'll get a feel. They're kind of like GIFs, but you are able to, they're like SVG GIFs, but they use JSON. Like I said, I don't know too much about them, but what's neat is Webflow is actually able to tie into that Lottie and fast forward, rewind, basically control the animation. So that's what I'm doing in here. Let me get in here, 5 minutes. So we're starting off at 91.666%, which is, it looks like this in the Lottie animation. And then after 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, we are going to 100% of the Lottie animation, which is complete. There is no more of the circle visible. So then we have some custom code, which I used ChatGPT to generate. It's all here in the footer of the page. I guarantee there are better ways to do this, but I'm not a developer, so I had to make do. So here we go. For example, this is locating any element which has the class name of 5. It is adding an event listener, so whenever I click on it, it's going to play the audio element, which is my the timer audio that I have. It's going to play that after 300,000 milliseconds. And then, and actually immediately on click, it's going to play this like subtle little like slide sound, which I'll show you. Hopefully you can hear that. I did that just kind of for fun. Yeah, it's not super loud normally, but I thought it was a fun effect. So yeah, so it's playing the slide sound immediately, and then after a predetermined number of milliseconds or seconds, it's going to play the alarm sound. I then also have this down here. So anytime you click on an element with the class name number, it is going to stop the audio. It's going to stop the timer audio. And that gets you this cool effect of, like, you could click 0, and it starts to play immediately. But as soon as I start the timer, go to a different one, it ends. Just like that. So yeah, pretty cool. I don't have the code set up to like restart the audio. It just kind of pauses it and starts it. I don't know. You might decide you want to do it differently, in which case it'd be pretty easy to change. I would just plug it into ChatGPT and be like, hey, reset this to 0 at the beginning of the audio whenever it plays. Like I said, I'm not super worried about it. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the Loom video. Happy to explain. And yeah, hope you have a great day, great weekend, great night, whatever it is. See ya.